Hello everyone, Joy Plays and Build here, and today it's episode 5, A Prehistoric Adventure. And today is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a speed build video of my swamp exhibit. Now, I did a community post to see what you guys wanted to see, a tour video or a speed video, and it was very close, which I'm actually really excited. You guys want to see a tour video, but you also want to see a speed build, which means I'm assuming you guys enjoy my speed videos, but you're also enjoying my tour videos. So to satisfy, both all of you guys wanted a tour or a speed, I added into this video. So we're gonna have a speed build video first and then a tour video. However, this is a huge exhibit, a huge project with multiple species. So I'm gonna break down the videos into two parts. So episode 5 is gonna focus on Deinocheirus, Struthiomimus, and Gigantospinosaurus, while episode 6 is gonna focus on the carnivores. And yes, it is a swamp walk in exhibit, not necessarily a walk-in like the dinosaurs will walk past the pathway, just like the Brachiosaurus island. We're still gonna have some barriers in here. We're dealing some carnivores as well, but yeah. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video, and we'll get into the speed build. So the first thing I do, and I always mention this so many times, is terrain forming. It's my favorite part of building a habitat. I always do it first. I don't know why. Some people do it later, some people doing in the middle of their speed build, but I love to build my terrain or like terrain forming before start every anything else. With that, because I get an idea of what I want my build to be. And here is something different because I'm using the lower terrain, something I hardly use. I usually use the higher terrain, but the lower terrain is something that I'm experiencing more often, and I kind of dig it. I kind of like it where the exhibit is more in ground below in the ground. I don't know how to explain that. but hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying. Now the whole terrain forming was before I'm recording because I just don't know how, if I want this to be showcasing in the video. But now that I regret it, I should have recorded while doing a lot of terrain work, because it was a lot of decision making and brainstorming of how I want this exhibit to be. And even at this moment right now, I still don't know what I wanted. But that's kind of like the good thing about building, is that sometimes you don't know where the destination lead to until you getting a sense of an idea of how it's going, and then you're like, okay, I'm just going for the ride, and this is how it is. I was basically playing around with the terrain until I got a sense of idea. So you see, like, I'm just ruining every single part of my exhibit until I got an idea of how I want it, and I'm like, okay, maybe this would work. And sometimes that does work in your favor, especially in life decisions. Sometimes you just like, oh, heck with this. Let's go how the road leads me. And yeah, sometimes it leads you into a good paradise. So that's why I really love terrain farming a lot, is because sometimes it leads you into an idea and you're just bop, it just comes right into your head. Okay, now we're gonna speed up the speed build a little bit because this is just, foliage and rockwood. I don't think you just want to see me talk about foliage and rockwood so many times. I've said this in so many of my videos, and that's probably one of the that really throw me off or turn me off from speed build videos now, is that I'm basically beating in a dead horse at this moment. I've been repeating myself over and over and over and over again, to the point where the videos in the past just doesn't they're not unique or interesting, or doesn't bring any information of what I'm trying to say. Yes, rock work is important. Yes, foliage is important. Yes, I've been saying so many times, stay away with the brush foliage. Use the decorated trees, brushes, whatever you have in the decoration section of the foliage, use those instead. I've been saying that so many times, and I just don't know what to say at this point, which is why I felt like, I just need to stop with the speed build because mentally wise, that does drain you sometimes. You just don't know what to say. You're just saying, repeating, saying over and over and over again. However, you know, since Planet Zoo is coming, I don't know if you guys are hearing this. I'm a console player, I'm a PS5 player, and Planet Zoo is coming into PS5. I do feel bad for the older generation, PS4, Xbox One, they're not getting the game. And I know if you guys have an older consoles and been waiting for Planet Zoo for 4 years, I've been waiting it for 4 years at this point. I do feel sorry for you guys. I truly am. But hopefully, you, I don't know. You guys could find the investment and to save money to get yourself an Xbox. I prefer an Xbox than a PlayStation 5. PlayStation 5 is like, dang, they're like $1,000 or 80 bucks, $800 to $1,000. It's just insane. Xbox One, for example, they're not as expensive as PlayStation. So if I do recommend either a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X, I say go with the Xbox Series X. But yeah, again, I just don't know what else to say in my rock work. That pretty much nothing has changed lately. However, now looking back, I don't like the tropical rocks. They're not as colorful, or they just don't blend in as the other colorful rocks in these sections. I do prefer the Mediterranean rocks. They're more my style. They stand out more in your habitats, while the tropical, dark brownish colors of their rocks, they don't blend in, and you hardly don't see it in your habitat build. So I do prefer the lighter, whiter colors of the Mediterranean rocks, the Tega rocks, or even the Alpine rocks in your habitat build. But this is probably the last time I'm using the tropical rocks in my habitat builds. Again, like you see, I'm in that habitat. I'm using at least 100 rocks, but you could hardly see it. But yeah, again, I do prefer decorated trees over foliage, unless you're playing with the needs of the dinosaurs. So you need to use the brush, but I hardly use them. But what we're doing right now, we're doing a walk-in. I'm doing right now. Oh, adding a hotel. I sometimes when I'm playing the game, I usually use for a viewing gallery as sometimes, or the viewing tower. The viewing dome is really good, and of course the log viewing is an excellent choice. However, so I know I'm not the only one, because in Twitter, a lot of people forgot that the hotel is also a viewing platform as well. And I really love putting hotels in my habitats now because I don't know, they felt so. I don't know what the words to explain that I'm trying to get across, but they felt more authentic. Yeah, I don't know if that's the right word. So you're gonna see that a lot in my builds. Hotels here. I do prefer the Jurassic Park hotels, but the Mediterranean hotel, the Malta hotel, is really good as well. So yeah, well, I'm setting up the pathways and the planters, fences. Usually I stay away from the fences, but now we're dealing with carnivores. I think it makes sense to add an electrical fence. But for the herbivores, I'm using, the planters. They're really good. I do prefer that. However, I hope one day, and I don't know if this is gonna happen because we are the the final end of the DLC. But I'm really hoping we're getting glass barriers or small barriers as one of our options for barricading our dinosaurs. Yes, I love planters and rocks, but the planters, they're way too big. um, in this game, at least, especially with the size comparison with the humans. So when you're going to, first person view and you're going to an exhibit, the planters are in the way of the view, which is a shame. It's really a shame. Like when you're playing or going to a camera mode or whatever, it 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 looks visually appeasing, right? But when you're going to a first person view in, the size of the AIs in the game, you can't see nothing because the planters are in the way. So hopefully one day, maybe in the last DLC, or I don't know how many DLCs that we're gonna have this year, hopefully we do get glass barriers or small barriers so that way in a first person view sense we could see the dinosaurs. But yeah, we have to deal with the planters here. Now I'm setting up with the what I call the resting area. It's where you go walking into an exhibit or whatever, and then there's some resources, some refreshments like drinks, water, uh, food, of course, and some seating arrangement. Doesn't add much, I'll say, in the grand scheme of things. And I've been saying this so many times. What's the point of having chairs if nobody is sitting on them? But as a display wise, it makes your park a lot prettier. I love benches. We finally got benches. We've been asking for benches since the first game. But again, what's the point of having benches if nobody is sitting on them? You know what I mean? And look at how big these planters are. See how huge they are? Like it just doesn't make sense why those planters are big. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? You can't complain too much. The game, Frontier and the developers, they give us so much, so much love into this game. Despite the limitations, and we can't blame the developers on these things because they try their best to give us what we wanted, and they do succeed. We wanted benches for a while. We got benches. Of course, there's so much to improve. Of course, there's so much that we wanted, but there's also, we need to appreciate the hard work that they've been giving us over and over and over again because without Frontier and the developers, we're probably not going to have this game at all. Operation Genesis is probably going to be the only game without the developers of Frontier. So yeah, we need to appreciate them more. And it is kind of sad how especially Twitter. It's a very toxic app. I try to stay away with them. Whenever Frontier posts something, and I don't know if this is Instagram as well, but whenever they post something on their social media, we get people asking this, asking that. When is the next DLC? When are we gonna have Microceratus? When are we gonna have Argentinosaurus? Over and over and over again. And yes, we do want those dinosaurs and stuff, but we come on, can we also appreciate them as well? You know? Because they're doing their best, and they're not getting the appreciation I felt. So please give them a little thank you, give them a little appreciative, because without them we will not have this game. Ah, where am I going with this? Anyway, I don't know how I got into this rambling. I supposed to be talking about the speed build. Hey, you see it earlier. I'm using the bamboo sticks. I have no idea what is that for. Try to avoid it, but they're really good at barricading your habitats as well. And I got this from I think it was Montgomery Rex. I was watching his video and was using it. And I was like, "Whoa, those are actually held up." So yeah, so I should have slowed out down a little bit, but yeah, the bamboo sticks are really good at barricading. Here's the thing: if you guys are not fan of the fences, Planters, rocks, bamboos, and even the logs are really good at barricading your habitats. Okay, so what am I doing now? We're setting up the hotel. Um, Again, I have no idea what I was doing here, but I really want to make it into uh, a swamp like. I don't know what that means, basically what I wanted is to have water surrounding the whole area. So the water in this game, I have to admit, is not really as good. There's some cases where you have to rinse and repeat, delete sub, trial and error, all of that stuff, just to get the right amount of water that you wanted. And yeah, I was having a hard time trying to get the water flowing a bit because again, it won't let you. So you have to work on it, and I had to expand the hotel just a little bit just to get as much water, and even then, the water just doesn't flow properly. So the best way to do it is to decorate around it using the planters as usual, the rocks just to make it a little bit prettier. But yeah, the water is very frustrating here. And I have a question for you guys, and hopefully you guys have the answer or not, or maybe you do agree with me. Why does the log in this game, something that we've been asking for so long, why does it not have an effect to go into the water? That doesn't make any sense at all. Why can't it go in the water? But we have like planters, for example, these type of planters as a right there, as an example, can go into water, but the logs can't. Can someone explain to me why? Is it because the hitbox? And to follow up with that question, why does the log need a big hitbox? What? There's so many questions the Frontier needs to address before the game dies, and that's one of the biggest questions. If Frontier does have a Q&A in their live stream, that's the one thing that I wanted to ask. Why does the log has a huge hitbox? But yeah, decorating this lovely paradise, the swamp paradise. As you know, the dinosaurs are already been added. So the dinosaurs, I've been checking their satisfying needs, and I'm so glad that their dinosaurs that I have they have the same resources. So I did not know that before going in. The speed build is about to end. Hopefully you guys have any inspiration, maybe some info. But yeah, we're gonna go to end game. We're gonna go to start in the tour right now. Hopefully you guys enjoy this lovely chatter that I have, and we'll go to end game. Okay, we are back into my park, and the progress is doing very well. If you haven't joined my series, this is episode 5, and I'm just gonna go through the my park. So this is the entrance. We did this in episode 1. Episode 1 through 4 are all tour videos. I didn't showcase this in a speed build, but yeah, it's just an entrance, nothing really that special. And yeah, so this is all episode 1. Episode 2, added a monorail, and for the attraction in episode 1 is the Triassic Trails. I'm gonna go a little bit slow because I did had a comment saying that I've been moving my camera work way too fast. So to adjust to get the full grasp, this is episode 1 Triassic Trails, focusing some of the Triassic dinosaurs. And the trail keeps going this way, and it will go all the way into the, in my opinion, the main attraction of the trails. Look at all the rock work I bet. I put so much time into this for an exhibit that only has Lystrosaurus. Now, as I mentioned in the first game, the first episode, this is a placeholder exhibit just in case if we do get more DLC and more Triassic theme dinosaurs, they're gonna go through here. But if we're not gonna get any more, then This exhibit's gonna be for the Lystrosaurus, a small little creature for this humongous exhibit. So that is episode one. Episode two is the Camp Cretaceous playground, kids area. So we have the Kentrosaurus, we have Bumpy right here, and this is my attempt of a playground. We don't have playgrounds in this game, nor we don't have any children here as well, which is, you know, doesn't make any sense. Here's a water park, and we go through here. This is let me go inside, please. Okay. So this is the carnivore indoor exhibit. We have Monolophosaurus, Baryonyx, and where's Scorpius Rex here. Yeah. And we have Tarbosaurus. So all of this explained in episode 2. So you guys want to check that out. Now we're gonna go back to the main plaza for episode 3, which is the predators of the Jurassic, focusing some of the Jurassic dinosaurs in that era. We have Dilophosaurus right over here, and we have Proceratosaurus down here. So yeah, all of this is showcasing on episode 3. And right in the middle, we have the medium-sized carnivores like the Metracanthosaurus and the Ceratosaurus. And then you keep going into the two main events, and you can tell this is a big deal because I built a very lovely display for this type of dinosaur. It's the Allosaurus, of course, the king of the Jurassic itself. And we also have, if we go next door, the Megalosaurus, the first ever dinosaur. And I explain everything why it's important that Megalosaurus need to have its own shine. So I built an entrance, a lovely entrance display for the Megalosaurus. So that's episode 3. And then we move further here to back. We're going back into the entrance. And we go into Brachiosaurus Island. It's a walk through exhibit, so you can walk with the Brachiosaurus. Just mind your distance because the Brachiosaurus can walk through the path just like this. So, yeah, I should have add some rangers here, right about here. So that way the rangers can watch over the not only the dinosaurs are safe. I feel like the dinosaurs are trusted. It's the humans that should be the one that we should look out for. They could be a pain in the butt. And yeah, I should add a facility. A ranger facility should be, yeah, it should be right here. Maybe I'll add that after the video. And then we have the Dino Safari walk. So another walk-in where we see multiple species of dinosaurs. And all of this showcasing on episode 4. So if you want to see that, it's on episode 4. Maybe I'll just do a playlist after the video. So we have a multiple species of dinosaurs. Some of the favorites like Parasaurolophus and Brachiosaurus. And some not so favorite like the Camarasaurus and the Corythosaurus. One giant exhibit. So that's what I have so far, and now we're going into the main focus is the swamp attraction right over here. We have the Deinocheirus, Struthiomimus, and they're very small. Oh, here they are, Gigantospinosaurus. Have I satisfied these guys? Oh, I have not. But these guys have the same, very much the same resourcement, which is ground leaf. That is not intentional. I did not look up their needs going to this video. I just choose the dinosaurs that I felt like fit in this environment. But it comes out a very good surprise that they all wanted ground leaf, right? Or your ground fiber. Ground leaf. So, ground leaf. So, yeah, very, very unintentional. So the so you start from here. This is not done yet, but yeah, you go down here, and again, terrain forming is your best friend. Please do implement this in your builds, because it really just makes it a much more, I don't know, fun yet unique as well. Look at how it just keeps going down. You go through here, a very nice view of the dinosaurs. Again, having these bamboo sticks are very good at barricading the rocks too, and of course you have the wall sections, and then you just sit down in the benches where you chill, relax, and just watch the dinosaurs, or you go want something to eat, go ahead. And yeah, good stuff. A very big exhibit because it's gonna expand through here as well. This is not done yet. Now the dinosaurs that I'm thinking right now are Suchomimus, which I'm pretty sure is gonna be right here. Spinosaurus, maybe right here. And I want Apatosaurus because I have Apatosaurus on my hatchery. They're right here, just chilling. Originally, though, they were supposed to be right over here with the Deinocheirus. But I scrapped that idea because I want the Apatosaurus to have their own exhibit, their own enclosure without having any multiple species. So the Apatosaurus is probably gonna chill up here instead. It's gonna be very fun. I have some ideas. Hopefully, you guys join me in this ride. So do subscribe, whatnot, to not miss any build. And if you guys have any suggestions, please do drop it down in the comments. All of that. So, as I mentioned in speed build, water is frustrating in this game. Why you can't add water just because the terrain just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Oh, I finally got it. You just need to keep pressing the button. I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes the water, like, I really want to connect here. Can I? Can I? It's bothering me. I guess I need to move the hotel. I just don't want to move the hotel. That's fine. We'll just try to barricade it with some rocks. I don't like. Again, I mentioned I don't like the color of the tropical rocks. You know what I mean? My favorite is the Mediterranean because right in the a sky view or all the way far in the distance, you could see the rocks. Before like tropical, I mean, you could see the Mediterranean rocks. I'm sorry. But for the tropical rocks, you can't see it whatsoever. And I'm gonna display that once I find a good positioning. Just add some small little rocks there. And we'll decorate it around it with some decorated trees. So this is what another thing I explained in the speed build. I do prefer using the decorative trees instead of the brush. I want a desert one. No, 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 no. Let's get a Mediterranean. What? Hold on. What happened there? I say I want a Mediterranean palm tree. Right. Oh, I wanted it to face that way. Boom. Okay, my controller is kind of a little off today. Sometimes it moves by its own. I have no reasons for that. I need to get a new controller. Let me add one more palm tree right here. Can I add it right here, please? Yay! There you go. Yes. All right. So what I was gonna say? Oh, okay, the rocks. Anyways, so like in a far distance, as I said, you can see the Mediterranean rocks. They're right there. We have the Tega rocks here, but you know, as you can see right. No, no. Let's go. This is the best way to see it. You see here, I'm using so many rocks, but you can hardly see it because they're all tropical rocks. I've been using a lot of rocks. Luckily, though, my game is not lagging, which is really good. But yeah, I don't like it. I rather see my rocks visible instead of being, invisible. Let me try to explain some things in my build that I didn't explain in the speed build. There's not really much, I want it to be a more murky, swampy environment. And when you think of a swampy environment, you think of murky foliage. And I felt like these type of these trees right here, what are they? Alpine. I'm gonna assume, yeah, these alpine, they really fit the bill, and I'm using that a lot. The ground leaf really does stand out to be a swampy, murky environment. I really like that. Using some redwood trees because why not? And what else? Some Mediterranean trees because why not as well? Hey, we have some guests here. Nice. Yay. All right. Again, it's a shame they can't sit on these benches, but it is what it is. The Deinocheirus is looking cool. Let's see some skin patterns, what they have here. So these are the skin patterns I used. Deinocheirus is one of those dinosaurs that has a lovely skin pattern. For the Struthies, oh, the same one. Okay, I don't know if that's intentional. We'll see. The Gigantospinal lobes hanging out here. Um, what are you? Hey, you have a lovely skin pattern. Hello. Limpopo River and Rana. That is a beautiful skin pattern. Yeah, I don't check the skin pattern before getting my dinosaurs. I kind of like grab the skin pattern while I also grab my dinosaur. Who is a fan of the Gigantospinal? I hardly see anybody using these kind of dinosaurs. I always get mixed up with them and Hoengosaurus sometimes. But I gotta remember, Gigantospino means the giant spikes on their shoulder pads. That's why they call it the Gigantospino. But doesn't the Hoengosaurus have the same thing? I don't know. I'm so I don't know a lot of my Stegosaurus. Very cool dinosaur. Really love it. So yeah. Oh yeah. Hold up. Hotel. Let's see your view. Hey, look at that. See, they're sitting on benches. Why can't we have this in game? Frontier, you need to explain yourself. This guy just doesn't, if he wants to jump into the pool or not. Go for it, buddy. I feel like the pool is very warm temperature. It's very nice. Let's see the view though. Oh, that's a horrible view. You can't. Actually, this view would be perfect because we're gonna have some Apatosaurus here. So, yeah, it's gonna be fun. Oh, but you can't see anything here. I mean, you could get a good glimpse. I feel like this hotel view right here is mainly for the Apatosaurus. Oh, nice. So we could see the this pool here. Look at them. They're not pool ready. They don't have their swimsuits on. They're just mildly. Have you ever been into like an awkward party or some sort, and you're just sitting there while the music is jamming, but nobody has the courage to go up and dance? This is it. This is what it looks like. That's why I don't like going to awkward parties. Oh, look at that. I'm one of the guests. Oh no, I'm in the lounge. Um, the lounge seat. Just chilling. Oh, I'm here again. So I have all of the view except the view of the dinosaur, which is a shame. But we also have a viewing tower. Just I don't like that glare. But yeah, you can see the dinosaurs right over there. Let's see. What could I have here? I want another exhibit right there. Oh, this is so perfect. You can see the view, not only the dinosaurs, but you could also see the views of what to come. Lovely stuff. But let's see the hotel here. Yeah, yeah. This is pretty sure we're gonna have some dinosaurs right over there, right here. Not view of the Deinocheirus. Oh, this is a lovely view. You can see it right there. There you go. So yeah, there it is. This is I'm gonna call it the swamp paradise. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun with this. We're gonna have so much dinosaurs. It's just gonna be a blast. I'm probably gonna start with the Apatosaurus right over here. We're gonna have Suchomimus right over here. So yeah, please do join me and please do subscribe to see how this park develop. And I'm gonna be consistent this time. I'm gonna stick with this park. Okay, I'm not gonna build 5 parks at once. That's just too overwhelming. And I really like how this park is turning out really, really good. So yeah, I feel like this is it for today's video. And yeah, hopefully you guys like it. I know this is not a tour video like you guys wanted, but so I'm gonna build Swamp Paradise, and then once Swamp Paradise is done, we'll do a regular tour video. So everybody could be happy. Anyways, that is it for me. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys in the next prehistoric adventure. Thank you guys for watching.